Hello everyone, my name is General Fancy Pants, and welcome back to Secret Files Tunguska. When we last left off, we got pretty far into the puzzle here. We got all the gates open and we got to the door, but we're still not quite there yet. We need to make that necklace for the king, or for the lord. I keep calling king, but he's the lord. We have his shield, we have his helmet, his sword, there's a ring on there, there's his shin guards, or whatever you call those things, and now we just need to figure out how to get that ring, and the only thing left to really do is in here. And I think what we need to do here is, let's look at the coffin again.
I believe this is the last resting place of one of Lord Morangi's ancestors.
Okay, so he says it's the last resting place of one of Lord Morangi's ancestors, and I wonder if it's the one that kind of was buried without his that funeral pyre they were talking about, where they just basically buried him with just his amulet and his, like, a robe. It was very, very basic, simple burial. So I wonder if we need to make a little fire for him. So let's put the the oil lamp on the coffin.
I'll pour lamp oil into the groove that goes once around the sarcophagus.
Oh, so it's like this right here, I think. Let's light it up.
Let's give good old Lord Morangi a well-earned cremation. Maybe the story about him being a ghost here is actually true because he wasn't given a suitable burial. What was that? Did it suddenly get really cold in here, or is it just me? Did I just imagine that, or...
Maybe you did just imagine it. But there's an opening here now.
The opening appears to have been sealed with wax, the color of the sarcophagus. The fire melted the wax and made the opening visible.
Interesting. Can we... maybe just have to put the key in there. Perfect. Let's take a look at the coffin again.
The mortal remains of Lord William Morangi.
Okay, there's the amulet.
The amulet is beautiful and decorated with symbols. Excuse me, Lord Morangi. I have to save one of your descendants. I hope that your amulet will help me.
Okay. Let's get the heck out of here. It's creepy in there. Alright. Back we go. Actually, I think what we need to do is, we tried to use the iron chain on the statue before. I'll just do it again real quick.
I can't imagine that the lord of the castle wore a simple chain around his neck. He must be missing a pendant or something.
Okay, but now we do have a pendant or an amulet. Let's see if we can combine those two.
This won't work. I need something else that can help me to attach the amulet to the chain.
Huh. Okay, like wire maybe?
I pulled the wire through the small eyelet of the amulet.
And then now we can put it on the iron chain, presumably, because it has a little hoop that the chain can go through.
If I turn the other end of the wire into the chain, it should hold.
Alright, let's give this guy his amulet.
Sounds like I triggered some kind of mechanism again.
Okay, that can hopefully only be the door that we couldn't open, I'm hoping. Yep, excellent. Okay. Oh. He's back there, we just can't see
Found a
him.
way. Thank you very much.
Are you alright?
I think so. But my left leg is killing me.
Wait, I'll help you.
That would be nice. I could barely make it to my office on my own. You have to admit, the story you just told me sounds a little unbelievable. First, Vladimir's kidnapping, then a mysterious conspiracy, and then men in black robes. On the other hand, the story is so unbelievable that you can't be making it up.
So you'll help us?
Little Nina is in Cuba with Manuel Perez right now?
Yes, she just sent a picture to my cell phone. I can't understand it, though. Maybe you'll have better luck.
Yes, I've seen this symbol before, but it's been a long time. Vladimir contacted me out of the blue many years after our Tunguska expedition. He wrote in a mysterious letter that he had made a sensational discovery and needed my help. Several years earlier, he had examined a metallic fragment that had been found in the Tunguska region. You've probably never heard of the Kalenkov report, have you?
Just in general. It has something to do with extraterrestrial material, right?
Yes, but that's only half the truth.
What do you mean?
Manuel Perez, who wrote the report with Vladimir, discovered this exact symbol engraved on the surface of the fragment.
You mean there were symbols on the fragment?
Vladimir wasn't sure since the surface was so severely damaged. During further investigation, he discovered something in the archives of the Academy of Science in Moscow. It was in a report about the research expeditions of an English scientist who apparently discovered disc-shaped artifacts made of unknown material in 1947 during an expedition. This researcher, Evans was his name, described the same material properties that Vladimir had observed on the Tunguska fragment. That alone was a hot lead. But as soon as he saw a sketch Evans had made, it took his breath away.
Why? Please continue.
The artifact was covered with unfamiliar symbols. One of the symbols was the same symbol that Perez and Vladimir had discovered on the Tunguska fragment.
Phew. Sounds exciting. Where did the discs come from? And where did this Evans guy find it?
That's also what Vladimir wanted to know. But he couldn't find anything in the Moscow Academy's records. That is why he contacted me. Vladimir had found out that Evans had died recently, and his personal notes and journals were supposed to be auctioned off in London. He asked me to get the documents for him, since he couldn't leave Russia at that time.
And did you get the documents? Where did this metal disc come from?
I sent Vladimir an encoded copy of the journals. I still have the originals here.
Really? Can I see them?
Just a minute. They have to be here somewhere.
Nina, I have news.
Could this Morangi be of help to us?
I have to say yes. Do you know about your father's expedition to China? To be more exact, to the Himalayas.
He took a lot of trips before my mother's death. It's possible that he was also in the Himalayas. Why?
I think that he was looking for something there and maybe even found it. Maybe that's also the reason he disappeared.
I don't get it.
I'm gonna send you a few things to your cell phone. You better get going right away. I'll meet you in your father's apartment.
Nina still isn't here. I'll give her a call and see where she is. Oh, I have a voicemail message. That's probably Nina, running a little late.
This is Kunsky. I really hope you're getting this message. We have to meet urgently. It's very important. I can't go into details at the moment. I think I'm being followed. I'll try to lose the guys and then go to the museum. Please hurry. I have reason to believe that you're in great danger. I have to go. Somebody's coming. I'll wait for you at the museum.
What is Kansky doing here again? I don't want to run into him again. On the other hand, the message sounded important. But what if it's a trap? I'll probably regret it, but maybe he really does have information that could help us. Nina isn't here yet, and the museum isn't that far away. So I'll just head over there.
Yes.
We've managed to track them. We know where the hideout is.
Are you sure?
The information is absolutely reliable.
Very good. You must go there immediately. I'll tell Professor Charleroi that she should prepare the last phase of the project.
Okay. Once I've found it, what will happen to the girl and her friend?
Well, those two could actually be a problem. Take care of it.
Oh my god, that's Konski. I don't feel a pulse. He's dead. What have I gotten myself into? Kidnapping was bad enough, but murder? I should get out of here.
Max Gruber,
Yes.
get in, please.
What's keeping Max? He should have already been here by now.
Maybe he had a more pressing engagement.
How come? What do you mean?
You really don't know? Love really does make you blind.
What?
Think about it. Your father disappears. Max sits in the next office and says he didn't notice.
He had his music.
Who urged you to go home and wait for your father there?
It was Max. So what?
So what? Have you already forgotten that's where someone knocked you out?
No, but...
And then the attempt on the train. This has to have something to do with you or your father. That's clear, isn't it?
Yes, but...
Your father wasn't on board. And who knew you were on the train, other than us?
I know that all sounds strange, but...
Nina, wake up. I don't know who Max is working for or what he's up to, but he's playing some kind of evil game, and he's playing it at your expense.
Do you think we should...
Forget Max. I know you like him, but he was only using you. If we don't go now, he'll win the game, and your father will lose.
Maybe you're right. So what do we do now?
The trail to your father leads to the Himalayas. And at least we have parts from a travel journal by this Evans.
We should be able to use it to find the hidden caves of those mysterious mountain people.
And then what? That won't bring my father back.
I know, but I'm sure this strange alien artifact has something to do with your father's disappearance. I admit, we most likely won't find your father in the Himalayas, but at least we have another lead.
Yeah, I know. It's just that I'm so very tired.
Do you want to give up on your father?
No, you're right. Let's go. No wonder these caves are unknown. Without the exact information from Evan's report, no one would ever find their way up here.
Let's hope that you are right. We are, you know, in the border area, and I really do not want to make the acquaintance of overly nervous border patrols. I'll stay at the entrance and keep an eye out. Let me know when you have found something.
Okay, that was a really long piece of story. Wow. Okay, let's check out those journal entries to kind of summarize what just happened here. Let's just see here. Okay, so it looks like research report, murder, and betrayed and forgotten are the three newest ones. So let's go through those. Oops, sorry. Research report, Ireland. Lord Morangi recognized Perez's symbol. Apparently Vladimir stumbled on a report about a strange artifact in his search for more fragments from Tunguska. A British researcher's report describes the same properties that Vladimir observed in the fragment from Tunguska. Unfortunately, the report did not mention where the artifact had been found. Morangi was therefore supposed to buy all the records from the researcher's estate, and they found a strange symbol there as well. Okay. Murder, Berlin Museum. Max discovers the corpse of Detective Kansky, which, if you remember him, he was the detective way at the beginning, like first or second episode, who was kind of the detective of Nina's dad's case. So if you remember him, if not, that's alright. Now it is clear to him that Nina's enemies are not afraid of anything, not even murder. It is still unclear that what role the dubious Detective Kansky played. And that's very true. We really don't know what his whole piece in this puzzle is. Betrayed and forgotten. China, Himalayas. Max didn't show up to the rendezvous with Nina. Has he only been using her the entire time? Nina has set off to search for this forgotten Dzopa tribe without him. Okay. So basically all that truly to say what happened. I mean, I don't know who is betraying who or if there's any betrayal at all, but we did make it to the Himalayas, and hopefully we will find some answers to some of these questions here. So let's start searching this little scene right here. Let's take a look at Oleg.
For sure. Without Oleg, I never would have found this cave.
Okay, we have some 3 holes here.
A small round hole in the rock. A small round hole in the rock. A small round...
Okay, that's nothing so far anyway. How about the skull?
It could come from a yak.
Alright. Let's take it. Let's take a look at this message here. I kind of just noticed it.
An excerpt from the travel journal of a certain Dr. Evans. My father considered getting these documents to be so important that he intentionally coded all documents that deal with this subject.
Oh boy. Yikes. Okay, well, let's read the travel journal. Sorry that this is kind of this is going to be, I think, more of a exposition episode of this playthrough, because it's already been going on for a little while. So I'm going to read these journal entries, and then we will probably call it an episode, to be honest. So, alright, travel journal, 10/23/1947. I've only been here in northern India for a few months and have already heard rumors of a mysterious mountain tribe 3 times. And I'm going to call it the Dzopa because that's what it looks like to me. The Dzopa tribe supposedly lives in seclusion in a particularly rough area of the Himalayas. Folks say that they have hypnotic abilities, which they supposedly owe to their holy circular shaped artifacts. The Dzopa are able to protect themselves from intruders with the help of their strange powers. Okay, so that's going to be something of note, I think. So, hypnotic abilities with their circular shaped artifacts. Let's keep an eye out for something like that. 5/12/1949. My curiosity is nothing new, but my dreams have been renewed, because I have finally managed to organize an expedition. Unfortunately, the directions to the hidden valley of the Dzopa are very vague, but I'm going to try. I simply have to try. 7/30/1949. We're on our way. If only half of these stories of the Dzopa's supernatural and hypnotic abilities are true, then we are all standing on the edge of the biggest scientific sensation since the discovery of the pyramids of Giza. 8/10/1949. We have been advancing higher into the steep and icy mountains of the Himalayas for days. I admit, sometimes I feel the urge to simply turn around. It's like an inner voice, but my will is stronger, for now. 8/14/1949. These cowardly dogs. Today the members of my support team simply took off. They ran away like scared chickens. 2 of them fell to their death. I don't know if the other ones will make it. I also don't have time to think about them. I have to keep going. Okay, so maybe they have succumbed to maybe some of the supernatural things that are in the area. 8/16/1949. I have now been alone for the past 2 days. I have to leave most of my equipment behind, and yet I have the feeling that the remaining baggage keeps getting heavier. I have to get rid of more ballast, but I don't have anything more to spare. 8/19/1949. I'm tired, so unbelievably tired. I know that I have to keep going, but I don't know how. I wonder if I'll ever see my daughter again. 8 something 1949. How long have I been lying here? I have a vague memory of pulling myself onto a ledge. Everything around me was white, and then everything went black. The veil in front of my eyes is now slowly lifting. I see a cave, but my legs refuse to stand up. 9/2/1949. I'm lying in a British hospital in northern India. They told me that I was discovered 10 days ago by Tibetan monks lying unconscious on the bank of a river near the city of Lhasa. Since I had a severe fever, the monks apparently took care of me and then brought me to the military hospital. 9/4/1949. They are telling me that I often babbled in confused sentence fragments. The monks wrote my words down. The ruling guardian, he sees everything, and he comes from far away. What do these words mean? And what kind of weird sketch is this that I stuck to the back in the diary, and which I apparently made myself? It looks like some kind of sign of the zodiac. I'm desperately trying to remember, but I simply can't. Okay. 11/30/1953. Okay, so that's quite a few years since the last entry. Looks like about 3 years almost, a little more than 3 years. A lot of time has passed, time in which I have searched my brain for memories, in vain. I simply have no choice, I have to go back. I'm going to try to organize a new expedition as soon as possible. 3/27/1955. Oh man. Pardon me, I needed to yawn there. I have everything together, a map of the region, a couple of scientists, the necessary support team, but I can't set off. Instead I have to argue with rich idiots who don't believe me and don't want to finance my expedition. 9/1/1959. If a miracle doesn't happen now, I will never be able to finish my life's work. The rich, snotty upstarts refuse to give me any money, and the banks don't want to either. They're banishing the fascinating Zopa tribe into the realm of myths and legends. Alright, so there's no more journal entries, so apparently he never made it back, presumably. And here is the symbol that he was talking about. And it does look like a zodiac sign, but there's a big piece in the center here. I don't know if that's supposed to be a big star or what, but it does kind of look like a person of some type with the arms and then the body and then the legs, but we aren't exactly sure what the significance of this is yet, but it must be important considering that there is an image in the back of his diary. But I think I'm going to call it an episode right here. Next time we will explore this cavern. So I will see you guys next time on Secret Files Tunguska, and thank you for sticking it out with this episode. I know that it was just a lot of information basically and not a lot of puzzle solving or anything, but I think it was an important episode, so I'm glad we went through it. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys next time. Until then.